Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down, he scored!
Come from behind for a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him! Wow! Edwards pulls up and buries a flag! Richardson tries, out for Robbie Ryan.
What is up, my pitchfork lunchers? Ooh, hello. Happy Monday, happy day after the Super Bowl, everybody. We are live. This is awesome. So very stoked. So stoked that everybody is here on a Monday. Maybe a few of you took off work. I don't know. I'm not saying it's because of yesterday. Although I do remember seeing a study before we get rolling here years ago, a few years back, not that long back, that like people would literally put in for vacation days after Super Bowl Sunday, like months out. And I mean, yeah, everybody thinks it should be a holiday. Well, play the game on a Monday then. Have the game played on a Monday, and everybody takes it off now. Just kidding. Although the funny thing is, when you think about it, when we think about it, if the NFL does go to 18 games, which I know, and again, it's not pitchfork one stuff, but NFL goes to 18 games, right? So far, the players union, no, not for it, right? Until the money, the numbers come up, which should be. But then it would push, people would finally get their wish. I saw an article last year, and again, not that I hadn't thought about that before, but literally, if you push the Super Bowl to President's Day weekend, Monday's a holiday. Everybody wins. That's if your teams are playing, if you're a diehard football fan, if you're not a diehard football fan, but nonetheless, I'm glad you're here with me the day after the Super Bowl on Pitchfork Lunch, because it was a it was a crazy busy whirlwind twister of a weekend in Sun Devil Athletics, which I will get to. But I am Michael Caratino at Diablo00 on X, artificially known as Twitter. See the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. As always, I know I remind you of that. Plus, don't forget, you can see the show live on my IG, michael.caratino.5, every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Don't be bashful. Go there, check it out. Also, the YouTube channel. Any converviews, as I'm calling them, conversations / interviews that you guys have missed. And again, I know I've told you guys that have watched, and you guys haven't missed them, but you've missed a plethora of interviews, conversations, whether it's from coaches, players, alum, insiders, voices, everything. There has been a ton here on analysts on Pitchfork Lunch. So you can watch live on YouTube. Again, go to YouTube. You see my name, Michael Caratino, but it's at Evans and Michael V's and Victory C's and Champ 005. At MVC005 on YouTube. And again, watch the show live, which is great, but subscribe, because subscribe, because anything you have missed, guess what? You can go back you can binge watch. And again, even last season, because again, a lot of the coaches, some of the coaches and players I had on last season, but you get to meet them, and again, it grows. So yeah, you can do that. Go to YouTube though. It's at Evans and Michael V's and Victory C's and Champ 005 at MVC005 on YouTube, and subscribe, because anything you want to catch up on, you can. And you can binge watch, again, get caught up on a lot. So that, to me, my friends, very, very, very awesome, right? Why not? It's Sun Devil Nation. Hey, let's go around it. Let's go. So yeah, that again, YouTube, a great, great, great avenue to get caught up on any. Again, we talked to, we got Meg Bartlett on, softball head coach. Hell of a weekend, Chicago Classic. No, I was out there Thursday, and then Friday at hockey, Saturday down in Tucson as the women's hoops team took on that team down south. Again, we'll get to that. But yeah, just a whirlwind of a weekend here. So yes, that part, my friends, is very awesome. Because you can, again, always go and check it out there. Also, for those watching, if you're, letting your Sun Devil friends know, which again, you should always let them know. I do believe in spreading the positivity. You can always listen to Pitchfork Lunch on the best internet radio station on the web, the Casual Sports Radio Network. Awesome, right? I know. Hello. Love it. So yeah, you can always listen to it there, which again is very awesome. But on the Casual Sports Radio Network, all you have to do is go to www.ksrnac.com, click listen live, and the page will open up. Click listen live, hit play Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Bam, Pitchfork Lunch, Casual E. So awesome. He invited us to be a part of the Casual Sports Radio Network family. So again, Sun Devil content, just crushing it, or adding to the crushing it on the KSRN myriad of programs. When you're there, though, guys, subscribe to their socials because, again, not just Sun Devil content, which is, again, as we know, always phenomenal to have, but he's got you, again, comprehensive coverage of his Suns, Cardinals, D-backs, Mercury. It is all there. Subscribe to the socials. Casual E has got you definitely covered. As now that the Super Bowl wrapped up, obviously onto the scouting combine in a few weeks, and the Cardinals, what they'll be looking for, what they'll be doing. Casual E, man, he has got you covered. But yeah, follow their socials. And again, if you're watching, I want you to watch, but please, like I remind you all the time, please don't watch and drive. Pay attention to the road. As again, you can stream it through your Bluetooth. So you're getting in your car, you're going to meet your friends for lunch. Bam, awesome. Getting out of work, going to lunch, meeting your friends, stream it through your Bluetooth. Again, just go to www.ksrnaz.com. Click listen live. Page opens up. Click listen live, hit play. Bam, Pitchfork Lunch. You get to where you're going. You can still listen, obviously, through your phone, tablet, whatever. Or again, you can watch on all the other avenues I gave you. So again, but Casual E again has got you covered. Again, Sun Devil content there with the Suns, the Diamondbacks, the Mercury, the Cardinals. He has got you covered all there. So yeah, but it was a hell of a weekend for those that are watching, those listening on KSRN. You heard the score and the horn and the hockey sound. It was from Friday night. I must tell you, yes, being after Thursday night, because again, we got the sound from Coach Bartlett and the players. We got the sound from Coach Bartlett and obviously the players. They won Thursday night, Kajikawa Classic, as they were able to beat Miami of Ohio. And then Friday night, hockey there. And that those watching what I played for you was the goal that forced overtime. I mean, this was such an insane 2-game series, an insane weekend, heavyweights. And, you know, if you're saying, you know, should you be you know, in the postseason, well, the Devils 17-10-1, 12-6 in conference play, 8-5-1 at home, 9-5 away. Absolutely loving it. But yeah, this weekend with Denver, like I said, they were going to have it circled on their calendar. That Friday night game, I mean, I'll play it again and describe it for those listening in a second, but Bennett Shimmick scored with 49 seconds left. Artem Schlane and Noah Beck got the assists. You'll see it to tie it up at 4, because ASU, again, 141 into the game. Cruz Lucius got his first goal for the Sun Devils, but 141 into the game. I mean, 17 seconds and they were on the power play. But yeah, 141 in. Cruz Lucius gets a goal. Colin Potter, Anthony Dowd assisted. It's 1-1. And then Denver, being obviously, as Coach Bowers has talked about, being a very, very good team. At the 13:01 mark, Jared Wright answers back, ties it up at 1-1 in the first period. Then we go to the second period, and they took that momentum because very quickly at the 2:54 mark, Sam Harris puts it in, goes up 2-1. And then a little less, teeny less than 5 minutes later, 7:42 mark, Boston Buckberger puts it in to make it 3-1. But Ty Jackson, beautiful play too on this score. I mean, again, on this Ty Jackson hammering away at the net, and he gets the goal at the 9:43 mark of the second. So again, first starts out, ASU scores, and then Denver turns around with 3 straight goals. And then Ty Jackson says, all right, second period, let's settle down. So he scores at the 9:43 mark. And again, like I said, just attacking the net, gets the puck in. Charlie Shane and Sam Court had the assist. And then 3 minutes later, Lucas Sillinger gets the tying goal at the time. They're tied up at 3 at the 12:44 mark. And Joel Kjellberg and Colin Potter with the assists there. So that ends the second period. The first half all belonged to Denver. Second half all belonged to the Devils. We're tied up at 3. Well, in the third period, at the 6:36 mark, Aiden Thompson of Denver scores a hell of a goal. And he's up, and then Denver's up. Well, Aiden's not up, but Denver's up 4-3, right? That's the 6:36 mark. And then, like I said, Bennett Shimmick at the 19:11 mark. And guys, all, again, absolutely wanting to get a sweep. Like I said, to overstate the obvious, we definitely want a sweep. But, yeah, so the Devils pull their goalie, pull Pavicic, and they obviously have the extra skater, and they kept quite a few pucks in. But when, like I said, when Bennett Shimmick puts this in, look at where he is. And again, I will play it. Again, those listening on KSRN, obviously, will describe and again, Douglas moving it around. Again, the 6-on-5. The Devils making plays at the blue line, but absolutely phenomenal. And then, bam, look at that right there. We'll go back. So they're making plays at the blue line and go back and see him set up far post. Puck goes across to him. Defender's not there, and Bennett Shimmick beats the he beats the goalie to the far side. To the replay, you look at that man comes into the post. Puck gets right there on the tape, guys, and that is just phenomenal. Bennett Shimmick ties it up. And in overtime, they would start on the power play. They had a 4-on-3. Yes, they did. Matt Davis. Bennett Shimmick beat Matt Davis, the goalie for Denver. And on that goal, awesome goal you saw there. And guys, look, I mean, the way they played, I mean, Denver, like I said, that first period, ASU, again, Denver's a fast, quick team. And again, not that ASU isn't, as we've seen, but got that early power play, got that goal, and again, was, usually doing pretty good controlling the puck in there. Offensive zone, but sometimes it became one and done. And when Denver got that first goal, like I said, or their first goal, to tie it up, like I said, I mean, it took 12 minutes, but at the 13:01 mark, and then from there, like I said, they scored 3 in a row. It was 3-1. But again, and Coach Powers talked about that Friday night, how they just didn't do a good job of, yes, Denver was challenging pucks, yes, but at the same time, like not keeping it in, not, flowing well, being one and done. Again, very tough part, but yeah, Bennett Shimmick ties it up. They start overtime in a 4-on-3, and then they're just unable. They had a few, believe me, they had a few insanely good opportunities. Did ASU, and that's one of those things where when we look at it, like they had on the 4-on-3, they got to be able to put it away. Penalty kill wise, I mean, ASU had killed off a 5-on-3. Oh no, wait, that was, hold on. Yeah, ASU had to kill off a 5-on-3, and they did that. So their special teams or penalty kill. I talked about this, but like Coach Power says, I mean, yes, it is important. You want to do that, but taking that many penalties, again, any of the momentum that you build, those that played hockey and even those that watch, any momentum you build, it's just kind of puts you back on your heels because, yeah, you're obviously not wanting to give up the goal. I mean, Luke Pavicic had some phenomenal saves during that stretch. But in overtime, like I said, the Devils, I mean, they had their chances, and they Aiden Thompson at the 4:16 mark. So there's like 43 seconds left, right? And they hadn't really even touched the puck, granted, because they were killing off the penalty, and ASU had, kept it in there even when it got cleared out. able to get it back down, keep it in there, and then Denver, you got one good chance. And yes, I know hockey. I mean, all it takes in a lot of sports, but one good chance, and Aiden Thompson got his second of the night and just buried it. And man, that was tough because you thought, oh, they're right there. But then, so again, 5-4 is the final. But then we go to Saturday night, and you're thinking, okay, yes, they need a win. A win in regulation would be even better. But start off the game, boom. Kyle Smolin puts it in the back of the net, 2:13 mark. Again, fast start right away. Not on the power play, though. Denver's on the power play, and a minute and 38 seconds later, Sam Harris ties it up for Denver. And that was all the scoring in the first. So, again, both teams, great early starts, energy, boom. And then in the second, Lucas Sillinger, oh, man, that's such a beautiful goal. On a breakaway, makes it 2-1 at the 3:06 mark. Then Denver's on a power play a little bit over 3 minutes later. Sam Harris gets his second of the night on the power play goal and makes it 2-2. Then Sam Harris gets his hat trick basically like 5 minutes later. And at the 11:34 mark of the second, puts it in, and it's now 3-2. Then Ryan Kerwin, I mean, this young man has been overall on a consistent, just absolute hockey heater. Pitchfork luncher, my pitchfork lunchers, because again, he might not score one game, but then you're like, oh, he's going to get an assist, he's going to get a goal, and he scores. Artem Slane gets the assist at the Sam Harris scored. That was all the 11:34 mark when he got his hat trick. So then we go to the third, the 7:50 mark. Kerwin scores, makes it 3-3. Then I got the winning goal from the night before, Aiden Thompson at the 10:08 mark gets a goal, makes it 4-3. And then at the 11:58 mark, Kieran Sebrian for Denver makes it 5-3. So you're like, okay, wow. And then 30 seconds later, Lucas Sillinger again gets his second of the night at the 12:28 mark to make it 5-4. And then who else in the third at 13:44 of the third? Bennett Shimmick. So Lucas Sillinger sitting on a possible hat trick. Bennett Shimmick scores his first of the night at the 13:44 mark to make it 5-5 in the third. Then we go to overtime, and who else? Bennett Shimmick from Cruz Lucius and Noah Beck gets the winning goal. My pitchfork lunchers, absolutely phenomenal. And I'll talk about the pairwise in a minute and all the NCHC standings, because you needed a victory. You needed 2 points. They got the 2 points. They got the split with Denver, who, again, is a very good team. And when you think of, okay, so even if they don't, again, like I said, a split with Denver, split with Western Michigan, and you win the other 2 series, they'd still be in position to, take the win the NCHC in their first year in it, which, like, that's a first for everything. But guys, I can't even explain the hugeness of that, because in this conference, and again, yes, they've been playing hockey, they've been an independent. I know it's not that it's a first year Division I program, or they're in their third year and they're finally eligible for the postseason, anything like it. No. But first year in the conference, like Coach Powers, we had a talented team. You talk to the guys, yeah, they're talented. The way they play together, we've talked about it all season. I mean, Lucas Sillinger, the all-time assist leader, breaking that record, like, it's just awesome. Ryan Kerwin, like what he's done. And then you look at, Bennett Shimmick and Colin Potterby, this young kid. It's just up and down. And I mean, Ty Murchison, guys on defense, and, Gibson Homer and Luke Pavicic in goal. Like, it is an exciting team. You see me get geeked up. No, not just because it's an ASU show, but the point is, like, look at what Coach Powers has done. And the fact, like I said, I'll get to the standings in a little bit, that you have a chance to win the conference in your first season as a part of the conference. So, yeah, again, just absolutely phenomenal. Great atmosphere at Mullet Arena. Like I said, full disclosure, I was there Friday. Saturday, which I'm going to get to, I was down in Tucson as like I said, Coach Adair looking for her first win against that team down south, trying to solve that puzzle. And man, they were again, a few injuries and a little short, but man, did they absolutely battle. My pitchfork lunchers, they did fall short. Did fall short. Coach didn't get that first win. And again, Arizona, Coach Barnes again has a kind of a team, a team that's been growing. And I mean, again, they were looking for, a win too, coming off of what they've been, but 66-59 was the final on Saturday. And I mean, like I said, they battled. Well, I'll get into the box a little bit later. On the men's side, I do want to get to this men's hoops because wow. I mean, you talk about Adam Miller again, and I've apologies for not mentioning that on Friday, because when he got ejected again, it was a flagrant 2. And again, you could say he was whatever going for ball with this, but it was still a slap. Frustration went over, so it was deemed as fighting, which comes with the 1-game suspension. And I'm sure a lot of you knew it. I'm sure a lot of you were like, "Hey, what? Why is Adam Miller ejected, or why is Adam Miller not playing?" But yeah, for Sun Devils men's hoops, man, you talk about shorthanded. So they go into the game, no Adam Miller. BJ Freeman was also suspended. Talk about it during the broadcast for conduct detrimental to the team for 1 game. And then about 3 minutes in, Jaden Quaintance, who had come back from being banged up and looking great, he goes down and he is out. Very much a bummer. Very, very much a bummer. Because, yeah, I will say this real quick before we go to break and then jump in on it. I mean, they battled. I mean, again, they have all these guys. They lost 86-73, guys. And, yes, it's a loss, 13-point loss, but people say, oh, well. No, I mean, they were within 4. They were right there. And, it was 43-33 at half. The Devils did put up 40 in the second half. And now it's, but you look at it, I mean, Alston Mason at 25, he had 7 for 20 from the field, but there are times, I mean, he was getting hot. He was 4 for 11 from 3, 7 for 7 from the line, which you love to see, but 25 points, 5 boards, 1 assist, 3 steals. And overall, the team was, 9 for 31 from 3, which 29%. Again, trying to catch up, trying to make plays, but and Sean Phillips Jr., unfortunately, he fouled out. So Quaintance played 9 minutes. I said 3, sorry, 9 minutes. Didn't come back. Connor Braun, who had came in, played about 45 seconds, took a hard hit. He was out. But Bobby Hurley Jr., he did play 16 minutes. He was 1 for 1 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line, 2 offensive rebounds, had 1 assist, and also had he had 1 steal, and he had 4 points. But yeah, Amir Ali played 36 minutes, like I said. So no Adam Miller, no BJ Freeman. Jaden Quaintance goes down, and he's out. You then get Sean Phillips Jr., like I said. I mean, and he did play 24 minutes, but he fouled out. Yeah, but I mean, you had 25 from Mason, 17 from Josan Sanin, 10 from Bashir Jihad, and 12 from Amir Ali. So, look, and again, I know fans, it comes down. You want to see wins. When you're that shorthanded and you see that much fight, guys, come on. Not too bad. But we're going to step aside. When I get back, we're going to jump more into, hockey. We're there in the rankings pairwise, and softball as well too. Don't forget, we will not forget about that. Men's and women's hoops from there. And I have a little bit of sound from Coach Adair from yesterday's or Saturday's matchup against Arizona. But again, it's like I said, they battled. I mean, they played, but we got a little bit of sound from Coach as well. But yeah, we're going to step aside, and when we get back, again, we will dive into obviously what softball did and finish recapping hockey. Again, phenomenal weekend for Coach Powers and his team. I mean, going toe-to-toe with a heavyweight in Denver. 3 out of 4 games they took from Denver this year, guys. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. So we'll step aside. More Pitchfork Lunch coming up.
KSRN has an inside track on all things sports, with topics and opinions from former players and local personalities. Catch 15-year NFL veteran Ed Smith and Jay Adams on Easy Sports Talk every Saturday.
Unfortunately, with this back and these knees, I don't quite have that ability, or at least I use.
Are you good?
For all things Arizona Cardinals, tune in Monday nights with Casual E and Sean Conn.
Bird Gang, I know it was another tough loss, but keep encouraged. We miss you, BA.
And now you can exclusively listen to former Arizona Cardinal Jeremy Bridges on his show, JB and Benny Blue Review.
Exactly.
Don't be dumb.
Sending the message out to the world.
Always relaying that message. Don't be dumb.
Yes, your guy, Benny Blue, comedian extraordinaire.
Exclusively on KSRN, Casual Sports Radio Network.
This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org. This is the sound of a racing heart. It's beating a little faster because it belongs to a young child. But this child isn't in the middle of a close soccer game or playing with her puppy in the yard. Her heart is racing because she's just been told she has to move foster homes again. Change a child's story. There's a child waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Got a big painting project you've been putting off because you don't think you can afford it? Well, it's time to call the team at Customer First Solutions. Customer First is your one-stop shop for all home repairs, from full interior and exterior painting to handyman services, drywall repair, electrical, and plumbing. Customer First has the most competitive prices in the Valley. Your flat rate quote is based on the square footage of your home, and that includes wall repair. All Customer First technicians are licensed, bonded, and fully background checked for your assurance. Call or text Customer First Solutions at 480-877-0255 for your free quote. Customer First Solutions, where our customers and their homes are our first priority.
You are listening to the best internet radio station on the web, KSRN, Arizona.
Yes, you are listening to the best internet radio station on the web on KSRN. If you are joining us here on Pitchfork Lunch there. Again, go to www.ksrnaz.com. Page opens up. Click listen live, hit play, bam, Pitchfork Lunch, Monday through Friday, every day, 12 to 1. I am Michael Carasino at Diablo00 on X, the artist formerly known as the Twitter. You guys know. Yes. And also, you can check out the show live there every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. My IG, michael.carasino.5, the YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Watch live, subscribe. But at M as in Michael, V as in Victory, C as in Champ, 005, at MVC005 on YouTube. And yes, on Casual Sports Radio Network. But yeah, we're going to talk to you in a second. Softball, guys. Hell of a week in 3-1 for Coach Bartlett. I said Miami of Ohio. They beat Miami of Ohio Friday night. Thursday night, they beat Maryland 7-1. Out there for that. You guys saw that. Absolutely awesome. Friday night was crazy. They played Miami of Ohio, and they won in 5 innings, 15-7. But check this out. No score in the first. Miami of Ohio puts up 5 in the top of the second. ASU gets 1 back in the bottom. And then ASU gets 3 more back in the bottom of the third. Miami of Ohio didn't score on top of the third. So it's 5-4 going in the fourth. Miami of Ohio gets 1, make it 6-4. ASU makes it 6-5. Miami of Ohio gets 1 on top of the fifth, make it 7-5. And then ASU says, you know what? We're gonna, our bats have been, we started out last night and we like how we did it. They put up 10 runs in the bottom of the fifth to run rule the game. If it's 8 after 5, it's run rule. So 15-7 is the final. That fifth inning saw Tiare Ho Ching. She reached on a fielder's choice. Grace Molitor happened to advance to second, and Nathaniel Lewis advanced to third, and AJ Murphy scored on a throwing error by the shortstop. Then later in the fifth, Tanya Wendell reached on a fielding error by the shortstop. Tiare Ho Ching advanced to second, Grace Molitor advanced to third, and Lewis scored. Then Ashley Mejia walks and advances second on an error. Tanya Wendell advanced to second and then third on the error. And then Tiare Ho Ching advanced to third and scored on a throwing error by the third baseman. And Grace Molitor also scored unearned. And then Kelsey Hall comes up, and yes, we know what Kelsey Hall can do. Kelsey Hall plots one over, goes to the deepest part of the field, but over the center field fence. 3 RBIs, Mejia, Wendell, and obviously Hall scored. That made it 12-7 after that. And then Nehanda Lewis singled through the left side, gets an RBI. AJ Murphy went to second, and then Sydney Sines went to third, and then Samantha Swan scored. And then Tanya Wendell, fittingly enough, doubled to left center gets 2 RBIs, advanced to third, and then or Tiare Ho-Ching advanced to third. Kyla Davis scored unearned, and then Nahonda Lewis also scored unearned, made it 15-7. That's that. That's how you end a game. So we look at that, and so they're 2-0. And then Saturday night they took on Miami of Ohio again, and they were supposed to play Minnesota at 8:15, but that Miami of Ohio game started very, very late. A lot of you saw it. So the Minnesota game, unfortunately, was deemed no contest. Because when they started playing that game, it wasn't at 6:30 like it was scheduled. It was, or at 6 like it was scheduled. Pardon me. It was much later. So, so Minnesota's game that night was no contest. But they turn around, guys. So I want to get to this, and they beat Old Pac-12 Full Cal 6-4. Real quick on this one, then we'll jump back to hockey because, again, a few more things I want to talk about hockey. And, guys, again, just a phenomenal weekend, like I said, in Sun Devil Nation, to say the least. But, yeah, hockey, again, guys, taking the cake there. There's still more work to do. So, again, very excited where they're at, how they're playing, how they're focused, how they're grinding. Very, very awesome. Very, very awesome. Very stoked for hockey. So that in and of itself, yes, is great. But yeah, they beat Cal 6-4. Nobody scored. Nobody scored. In the first 2 innings. Cal put up 4 in the top of the third. But the Sun Devils, and I guess it's way of an early season theme, right? Somebody scores on them if they don't score first, and then they will answer right back. So Cal put up 4 in the top of the third. The Devils answered with 3 in the bottom of the third. Tanya Wendell homered again and drove in Kelsey Hall and Ashley Allen. Or Aiden Allen, pardon me. Ashley Mejia, Aiden Allen. Sorry, Aiden. Yeah, nobody scored in the fourth. ASU put up 1 in the bottom of the fifth, the 3 in the third. Ashley Allen singled up the middle. Aiden Allen. Oh, okay, let's speak English, get this right. Let's rewind. Aiden Allen singled up the middle. Acuna scored, and Tiare Ho-Ching also scored. That was the third inning. And Kelsey Hall, when she singled down the left field line, Tanya Wendell did score there. So, yeah, Kelsey Hall drove that in, and then Aiden Allen drove the other 2 and made it 4-3. In the fifth, that's when Tanya Wendell homer. Pardon me. Tanya Wendell hit another homer, tying it up at 4. And then in the bottom of the sixth, Lillian Holte homered in the bottom of the sixth, and Kyla Davis was on base. So 2-run jack there. 6-4. Cal can't get any in the seventh. Obviously, ASU the home team, and they beat Cal, who is 3-2 now in that. So again, big ups to softball this weekend. The Kajikawa Classic, great success. Now they have the Littlewood Classic this weekend, where Oregon, North Dakota, Weber State, Washington, Belmont, and Utah Valley will all be here, and that starts Thursday. So they play 1 game Thursday against Oregon. That's at 6. They got 2 Friday, 1 against North Dakota at 4, and then Weber State at 6:30. And then Saturday they have 2 more, Washington at 4 and Belmont at 6:30, and then Utah Valley Sunday at 11:30 a.m. But yes, and again, all at Farrington Stadium. So, and we'll talk more about it. So again, very, very stoked for Coach Bartlett and this the team. Again, you get big wins like that, even if they did drop one game, but you get wins like that where again it's kind of back and forth, and your offense is just clicking, and the pitching is their pitching looks to be, again, it's early, very very solid. So but again, young and but you get what I'm saying. Like it's yes, you got to be able to manufacture runs and answer back, but very, very stoked with a 3-1 start to their season. So that in and of itself, very, very great. But let's get to ice hockey, because again, like I said, they lost in overtime on Friday night, and then they won they lost in overtime Friday night, but they win in overtime Saturday night. So in the pairwise, well, they are at number 13. Michigan jumped to number 12. Michigan is 16, 12, and 2. And again, they do have the one. They did lose one to Michigan. They also tied the one. So as we know that, they did win in the shootout, though, which doesn't count for anything, I know. And Denver is at 8. So let's see. But yeah, ASU at 13 and Western Michigan is at 5. So again, huge match. Again, they have one before that, but when you look at that, like what this team has done in their RPI rank is 13th as well for ASU. But when you look at what this team, again, has done standings wise, and when you think about it, now ASU is, well, tied for second in points. Western Michigan has 40 points. That's how crazy this is. Western Michigan has 40. Omaha and ASU have 37. And then North Dakota is at 28. Denver's at 27. So, yeah, those two against Western Michigan. I mean, yeah, you get a sweep right there. 4 points. That's huge. And for hockey, before Western Michigan, though, I just want to get this out there before we get back to the standings real quick, because again, they in Omaha, they split with Omaha earlier in the season, so they lost 4-2 at home, and then they won 3-2. They lost 4-2 on Friday, and then 3-2 they won on Saturday. Did ASU. So now they have Minnesota Duluth coming up, which, again, when we look at Minnesota Duluth in the standings, they are 19 and 16, or they got 19 points. Sorry, they are in conference play. They're 6-10-0 overall. They're 10-15-1. So yes, on paper, just like Miami of Ohio, ASU should beat them. But I know they're not overlooking them because, like I said, the week after that is Western Michigan for the Devils. Western Michigan will be here in Tempe. So they go to Minnesota Duluth, they come home. But then when they close out their regular season at Omaha, so how huge, again, you have the, two of the next 3 series your final two series, you have the two teams that are right up top with you in the conference standings. So yes, Western Michigan again does have that lead, but again, you take 2 against Minnesota Duluth. You take 2 against Minnesota Duluth, and then you have 41 points. And then I'll see what Western Michigan on one does. But then, I mean, you definitely Western Michigan coming here. I mean, obviously, if you sweep out, you win the conference. But you beat Minnesota Duluth. Say you split with Western Michigan, sweep Omaha. You're still having a hell of a shot there to win the conference and get the automatic postseason bid. Did you know, by the way, ASU is the second highest scoring team in the NCHC? I forgot to tell you guys this before Friday or on Friday, but through Friday now they've scored 105 goals and they've given up 73. Denver scored 114, has only given up 62, but quite a few of those 62 were to the Devils. So that is absolutely awesome. But no, when you look at the standings, again, Western Michigan at 40 points, Omaha, ASU 37. And literally, those are the only 3 that are going to win it. Because, North Dakota, the most they could finish with would be 34, right? Or no? Oh, wait, no, because there's – oh, no, there's 12 points. So, yeah, you look at North Dakota. So if they have 12 points left, but they could finish with 40. But that would mean that Western Michigan, Omaha, and ASU would all have to lose, which wouldn't be possible since they all play each other. But nonetheless, I'm just saying Denver could finish with 39 points, which again would put them up there. But it's but again, Minnesota Duluth first. Very, very excited. But yeah, the pairwise. I just, again, here's my thing with the pairwise. And I get it but you took 2 in Denver. Yeah, both games here went to overtime against a very good team, which Denver is still number 8. But you split with Denver on your home ice. You swept them on their ice. And again, but your body of work since then too, as well, like it's overall body. Look, you win, it plays out, but they're definitely, as like I said, they sweep Minnesota Duluth. Say they sweep Minnesota Duluth and split with the other 2, right? Not even a homer show. They are definitely a postseason team. The way how they've gone toe to toe with many of very good team this year, and the way they play and where they've been, and the pairwise, again, notices it. So yeah, and they can still jump up. And I have faith. I have faith that they can. Very confident, because these lines have just been so good. And heard the guys last week talking about mixing up the lines. That's why I asked Noah Beck, yeah, I know you want to be on people talking about chemistry and you understand, but the fact that they're able to interchange, and not that other teams aren't, but when you prep for a team and you see a team going, this third line does this, or they do this really well together, or they might, put this third line on in that point, or, their second line, obviously their top line, but it's, look, what Coach Powers has done, absolutely awesome. We are looking to catch up with Noah Sillinger tomorrow. Yes, I did not forget about you guys on that. Lucas Sillinger, I said Noah Beck. Either way, Lucas Sillinger tomorrow. Should be catching up with him. That being said, but yeah, hockey guys, man, just very, very stoked. And I will get out of here in this again. Men's hoops. The fight they showed, having that short of a bench, being shorthanded before the game, and then getting banged up, being even more shorthanded, and then getting a little bit more banged up during the game. Absolutely stoked for how that team competed. Yes, wanted to turn into wins. And look, Oklahoma State, hanging around and say, oh, they were playing down the side. No, they're defensively, ASU did some pretty good things. Just couldn't quantify it out. Alston Mason, he only said had a hell of a game, but So actually, we're going to get out of here. Wow. We're going to hear from Coach Adair tomorrow, though, too. Don't worry, I will get that in because I do want to get that in after they're again as they head to UCF next to take on the Knights. But yeah, after the Arizona game, so we'll hear from her tomorrow. We'll also hear from Lucas Sillinger. Yeah, aiming to hear from Lucas Sillinger. We'll definitely hear from Coach Adair and go from there. So the Super Bowl wasn't boring, by the way. I will end on this. The Super Bowl was not boring just because the defense dominated and didn't have to blitz. And you guys know it is not my team. Very happy for my brother, Eric Wilson. Very happy for you. Hard to say that, but when it's about the Eagles. But it was not a boring game just because the defense did that. And yeah, I mean, talk about it later tonight. But nonetheless, not a boring game. Congrats to that team in Philly and to Eric Wilson, who I know is very, very happy, and he should be. But yeah, but I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow, as you know. Same bat time, same bat channel. And yes, thanks to Big 12 champs, the reigning Big 12 champs, women's volleyball. Hashtag our state. And you know it. As always, my pitchfork lunchers, forks out.
I went to Arizona State. Right. I'm a Sun Devil, man.
The 27-yard line. That's a great call. Play fake. And Bubba will put it up. Throws over the middle. Touchdown. Great play.
That's away. Trying to center off with Eckerly, and he just missed the net. O'Reilly with the shot. Far down. He scored.
For a month. Now with the lead, they're getting a little wobbly. Philadelphia, they won't get him. Wow.
Edwards pulls off and buries a flag.
Shot for